So in this section, we're going to look at properties of logs. And there's three main ones we're going to focus on: the product rule, quotient rule, and the power rule. Now notice we're talking about logs here in this section, but its inverse is exponents. And these are kind of related to the laws of exponents. Remember, the product with exponents is that when you're multiplying exponents together, you actually add the exponents on top. You can bring it together under one base. If you're dividing exponents, then you subtract the exponents. And if you if you raise an exponent to an exponent, you're multiplying. Now, here's the laws of exponents. Logs, being the inverse, is the exact opposite. So when we multiply logs of the same base with an x in between here, we can expand this out and add those together. Likewise, if we're dividing, we expand it out and we subtract. And if we have an exponent inside of our log, we can move that exponent power right in front of the log. So we're multiplying it to the log. Here's an example of the product rule. So again, inside of my log, I have x times y. If I want to expand this out, I can expand this to log base b of x plus log base b of y. And if you want to go the opposite direction, as long as they have the same base, you can bring them together under multiplication. So here, I want to expand this log out using the product rule. So that's going to be log base 10 of 2, so my first number here, plus log base 10 of x, second, plus log base 10 of y. So I'm expanding this out based on the multiplication between these three numbers here. Expand it out into addition. And if you want to contract it, bring it together, as long as they have the same base, so it's both the common base of 10, log base 10 of 3 times 2. 3 times 2. So it equals log base 10 of 6. That's equivalent to log base 3 plus log base 2. Now with the quotient rule, if multiplying you're adding, dividing you're subtracting. So if I want to expand this out, log base c divided by 2, I'm going to use my subtraction here. So log base 10 of z minus log base 10 of 2. Now one important thing to note, what number goes on the denominator? That's the number that's in front, that has a negative in front of it. So in this case, 2 has a negative in front. 2 is in the denominator. If I look at this problem here, how do you work this out? Well, do you see a negative in front of this log, base of 3? I do not. So the 3 is going to be in my numerator. What about log of 6? I see a negative, so 6 is going to go on the denominator. What about log of x? I see a negative in front, so x is going to go on the denominator. So if it's positive, it stays in the numerator. If you see a negative in front, that goes into the denominator of your fraction. And then our last rule is the power rule. So again, of x raised to the power of p, I can move that p out in front by multiplying it to my log. So here, log base 10 of x to the 5th power, I can move that 5 front. 5 times log base 10 of x. And if I wanted to condense it, bring it together, the numbers in front, I can move it to the top here as my exponent, so log base 10 of x squared, plus, so I'm multiplying, I'm bringing this together, I do have the same base, so I can pull this off, y to what power? To the power of 3. So 2 times the log base of 10 of x plus 3 times log base 10 of y is equivalent to log base 10 of x squared times y cubed. These are the same.